Today I'm going to talk about another case scenario that you face in Lab 2 and also in the clinical setting if you are working. So the questions ask itself how we can encourage vaccine uptake, and according to the NICE guideline 22. So some of the misconception about the vaccine that it can cause autism, and it has mercury in its constituent, which is a wrong concept. And a study has shown that most of the area or most of the reduced vaccine reuptake, mostly in the deprived area, are of a lone parent or young parent, and shows that comparing to others, they are lower than average for the vaccine uptake according to NICE guideline. And also some of the minority like Gypsy, Rama, Traveler community are among certain ethnic minority who show as well a low vaccination uptake. We can't forget, of course, about the social factor which can play a major role, like for instance, children with large family, as I mentioned, lone or young parent, or those who don't speak English, or dwelling in high deprived area. All of that shown a low uptake of the vaccination. And it has been stated that the appropriate place for considering to offer vaccination can be any area like outreach clinic in a local church or a local community. Also, we can't forget about the GB surgery, antenatal clinic, alcohol services, and an office. Also offering in the weekend, certain days as well. And for the consent, it's mostly verbal. You don't need to have both parent or assigned consent. It's just verbally you explain and see how they feel about it. And if they, for instance, they have concern or rejected the idea of vaccination, as there is a lot of misconception about as I say, MMR and causing autism, and especially which is promoted in the social media and also around the pandemic time. And this has caused a low uptake for vaccination, and of course we can't deny the fatal consequences of those kind of things, especially with certain viruses. And the UK is considered one of the lucky countries because they do have vaccination comparing to other places. So the whole study and the whole thing started in 1998 when a doctor, his name is Dr. Andrew Wakefield, who was a Polish British surgeon. He was doing certain study and certain researches, and he was the one who spoke about the connection and the linkage between autism and MMR, and also about one of the viruses like measles causing Crohn's disease. However, there were a lot of researchers who conducted what he had done, and they came to the conclusion that nothing can be replicated, as this doctor mentioned. And he didn't only do that, I mean, he went beyond that, and then he was charged for dishonesty and has been striked off from the GMC, and he left to the US, and he's not working as a doctor anymore. So the whole story started after then, where there has been a sharp decline in the vaccine reuptake. And of course, we know the benefit of the vaccination is undisputable, and anything has risks, of course, and we need to weigh risks and the benefit. And the UK started this vaccination program a long time ago, from 1968. And we need also explore with the patient if there is any concern, if there is any issue that they need to rule out. Say, for instance, some they have phobia of the needle, so we need to explain the benefit of the vaccine, and if it's not considered, what might be the risks. And we need, of course, to see if they know about this anti-vaccination movement, which is promoted heavily in the social media, which could be linked to the language and the literacy problem with some patient or some parent who have no enough information to know for the safety and the effectiveness of that kind of vaccine, especially when it comes to virus. So all of that we need to explore and explain and persuade in a persuasive manner. And if the patient is still not happy, you need to emphasize the risks if it's not taken, and give some of the example, because there is a lot of stories. So by that, I hope that I covered one of the case scenario, especially in Lab 2, about MMR and its connection with autism. And when you ask, for instance, the lady or the parent that there is this vaccine for your child according to the Red Book for the milestone development, you need to take this and the doses and stuff like that. You need to explain if they are happy to go with that, and if they reject it, you need to explore furthermore and take it from there. Thank you.